Hello everyone, and welcome to my Paintology channel. As you can see, I've here a giant 65-inch screen, and I've turned that into a drawing canvas, and we're going to use the Paintology app through this 65-inch screen. So you think of it like a giant 65-inch tablet. I have done, some of you might have seen the drawings I've done on my 32-inch tablet, 32-inch screen and 40-inch screen. So now I decided I will do even bigger, and see what kind of experience I get with this. So let's go ahead and draw a landscape, which I have up here on my normal tablet, and we're going to try and draw that. So and of course the detail comes into it as you go down in brush size. So let's stick to charcoal, and let's limit the size here. So let's pick a color that we usually draw the outline here. It's a little bit too dark, so I'm just trying to draw the outline of the landscape and take that down further. So we get this rolling hill here. Okay, then I think probably needs to go down in color. Yeah, so we got, this is some of the background landscape there. Keeps going off. So, oops. Okay, so we have that. We have and then we have a nice little set of clouds in the far distance, so a foggy area here, and then vegetation, trees lined up here with perhaps a building, which we can do here. And, let's go here, and we have more lines of trees. To get the illusion of depth, we'll just increase that. Okay, so let's go for a bigger brush, which I have here, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I find that if I use a bigger brush, instinctively use like a bigger, broader strokes. So let's go for the blue that we have for the sky, and since we have really taken down the density hardness, you'll know, so we're going to increase that. Okay, so it's a nice little blue. As you know, the sky has a little bit of darker blue to the top, so we can do that. You can see here. Alright, So then we have this orange, as you can see there. The orange here. See orange, yellow. So let's go for that. Yeah, so seems to work. Got that down in size. Okay. Oops, so it's actually okay, so okay, so the zoom function is happening because which I don't want. So we have a darker streak around here. So again, the zoom function seems to be happening. I really want to lock it. Okay, not a problem. Let's see here. And there's white there and greyish, sort of a greyish tone, and let's create that. We've got a mid darker tone here, the back here. So we'll just cover that area and the little mountainous region here. Okay. Then we have this thick fog or white grey area here. Just a little bit grey here. But we're going to lighten that up, as you can see here. Use some rounded strokes. That. And we're going to try and even get more white. Increase that. Yep, so we've got some effect of fog happening around here. Okay, so now we have the rolling green hills. Let's go here, a little bit here, see what that is. Yeah, it's just sort of a little too bright for my liking. This, the back. Yep, so we have and then we have sort of a lighter as we come here. Let's really thicken it up. So we have a sort of a lighter colour green. Yeah. Okay. Oops, try to think I overlap that one. So go here. It's quite a different experience. If I'm actually doing this for the very first time, and so we can pick the color we picked before, and then go here to do that. Okay, I think we got some, and then some really dark green over here. Let's take down the size a little bit. Really dark green, like in the distance here. Some vegetation. That's where you can see some. Could be the beginning strands of those trees that, if you remember, I was telling you about. So again, play with the size, hardness, density, and just, yeah, so you can see Colors add dimensions. If you followed some of my courses, you'll see colors add dimension. Keeps the skips going away. Okay, so what we could do is maybe pick up my small brush. Easy to manage, not necessarily the same, but you know, I can start doing some of the details. So I think the density is a little high because I want to work on take that down. Take my color palette here and maybe go darker green and then start producing the trees. And then I'm going to draw this nice little house that I had here, but not just yet, but just keep going. Build these nice little fern trees. Maybe go down in colour. Yeah, and then maybe take it down even further. Why not? Since I've already done the broader strokes. So here. It's a little too much maybe. Let's try to see what you see here. Okay. Okay, so remember the illusion of depth is when the trees coming near you, you know, and then we could add another layer of green, darker green to give it that sense of more depth, because in the trees you're not going to see as much light. Okay, so got there, maybe another layer of that nice hill that's coming down, the strokes. Okay, so you don't really achieve much if you don't try. You've got to experiment. Don't be afraid. Look, I'm just applying. You may think, oh, I'm applying with a lot of skill. Just using my eyes, really. Using my eyes and strokes, whatever you've learnt. Okay, now let's draw that nice little house. It's not really a house on that original image, but let's see if we've got the previous colours. Yep, great. And then let's just draw the resemblance of a house. Why not? You know, this is the beauty of experimenting. So because it's not dark enough, I will now create like a structure, although, you know, to give the illusion of a structure mast, yeah, and then maybe go down to white here, and then do us what we're all familiar with. Okay, so also we have, notice that we have, I'm taking advantage of this white to add an illusion. Okay, but remember, I'm going to make it even dark, almost like black. Then I can fill that in. So we've got that dark green, and I think we can make it even more dense by giving that. So now be careful because the density is so high on this. that. The dense setting. So I'm beginning to think it's a little bit too much, so I'm going to bring it down. And then just use a little bit of the actual put down, and then I think I'm going to go over it. It's like go over it with some black, even darker green, almost goes I'm going to the, so you can see just getting the resemblance of the trees. And remember, it's not like there's a gap in there. Right, so we could continue to add this little thing, foliage that's happening here, which indicates the line, the perimeter. Keep adding that. Okay. So that's what we have here. So now I think I'm ready to use the darker, even look, it's getting so close to the, like, adds a bit of dimension, adds more dimension to this, right? Do you agree? Okay, so it's actually very different to what I'm used to. Even the trees, right? Just add. Don't be afraid of adding this dark. You see, building up layers to layers, and there's that ridge, almost like a ridge that's going down there. And then let's define this shape, and we know there's some kind of something. So now let's pick on the brushes, or so pick a different brush, and I'm going to define the thing, the back. But let me see what it looks like. I don't know what you guys are looking at, but yep, I mean it's a bit unnatural here. You notice here it's too like separated equally, and normally that's not how it works. So let's add a little bit of distance, like a distance, and then break that down. Yeah, what do you say? So got that distance there. So, and more like something at the front here. And make this bigger. Okay, let's have a look. See the composition now. Yeah, maybe. I think that's looking good. I like beginning to like the ridge that's happening. There's a little bit of mistiness going on the background. So let's pick the colors, because we've got this color palette, which is very handy. We can pick this color and start working on this background, giving it some detail. Yeah, like distance there, distant cloud. Yeah, just a nice alluring clouds. Let's go down, and then, because you can't tell if this is, and then we have even go lighter and go, notice I got in the orange. It's still, and then still work that backwards. That's the thing about the 65 inch. You can really make it work for you. Right. And then we've got that dark patch here. So we can either go with the hardness or the thing, although I prefer choosing a color. I'm going to pick, stay on the grey, pick a different color, and then really work that distant horizon. Increase that. Just like the mountainous regions that are at the background, but you cannot make out. Right, there it is. So I don't know what it's looking, but from here it's looking all right. Just work. Remember, it's, oops, still on the grey, so we're good. So it's just, this is sort of refined pencil, yeah, so it's like, and then this goes into and meets the other, this valley, you could think of it. Right. So let's look what it looks like. Yes, I mean, it's not too bad. Need to build up some more. So we could keep selecting the grey tones here, build up and add depth to it as it's going into this masked by this fog. Yep. Yeah, so this fog that's seemingly separating the hills. Right, so we want to diffuse some of the regions that look. So I'm just using this brush. It's not really making a difference as such, but the effects of how you draw does make a difference. So now we can probably work on a bigger, like this little bit that's coming here, and then there, and here, just here, and then I'll probably take it down with the white around here and white to the back to accentuate this hill. So but let's take the size down, okay, and pull back to a little more of the white. You can see that has some kind of a, you can see that behind these trees definitely some natural beauty going on. So here, just keep working at it, and then really get the real white here. Okay. So let's have a look to see how that looks. We're creating an illusion of depth here, which is, I'm beginning to see it's coming out. And now we're gonna, maybe those hills need a little bit of sharpness to it. So what I'm gonna do is increase and really take it down, and then pick that color that we have. Since I know this brush does well, it's a little bit more, whoops, that is really, really dark, and you can see that. So let's take that down, notch. Oops, still very powerful color, but still it's not bad for what the ridge that we want to create. The ridge to the mountains. So here. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look to see what that looks like. Yeah, I mean there is some hope there, so let's take that up and then mix that with some another color which adds dimension. Yeah, so you can see that it's not like completely out of place. So yeah, so we have that ridge. Now what we can do now is we can continue. This keeps going up. Put it on a different timer, I think. So let's make that yellow streak there, and then I'm going to finish off doing the field, the meadow. Here, I think, you know, I can keep on touching it, but I think it's okay for now. So, you know, I'm going to refine these edges, and then I'm going to draw. Let's finish the sky off. So, as you can see, there's a nice yellow color to it, which is a yellow streak. So it's like almost yellowish, sort of like yellow. Almost like yellow. Let's have a look. So let's see how that looks. Ooh, it's quite powerful. So let's bring that down. Right, and then see, that makes a difference, but I think it's bordering on the white. So let's bring that in, the white. Okay, and then bring the hardness up a little bit and really see that sort of region. It's like creating a far distance streak. So yeah, so I think take down the density, hardness, just sort of smoothen the edges, not make it look a bit more realistic. And then I can see there's a nice lovely orange just about here, which I'm going to do. But let me just get this white, you know, smoothen it, blend it out. Okay, smooth it out, and then let's get that over and see if I've got anything on the color palette. Nope, nothing there. So let's pick sort of an orange here. Got to be careful because depending on the hardness, density, you could. Okay, so probably not as red. Oops. So let's, yes. So there's a little bit of that red coming out. No, don't think that looks good. So, okay. So let's see what's going on here. Go back. Yeah, I think it's alright. And maybe bring that down here. So again, give that blending. It's one way of blending. You can see you don't need to use all these tools. Just rely on the tools you have and make the most of that. So I think I'll leave. Okay, so you could really add colours. That sort of adds like the mountainous, the darker regions. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's go finish this off. So I'm going to use the bigger brush here. I'm just going to, I think here it's a little bit of the green, so let's find the green that we've been using. And let's go for this one. And remember, we changed the hardness settings, so it's going to be different to what we were before. So let me just clear that up there. Okay. Okay. That's probably right. And then let's get that green. Okay, and that. See what that. Yep. So let's go that over there. Then bring that down a little bit so I can really work it to the front. It's like blending, if you can see here. It is like blending. You don't need a blending tool as such. You blend with the colours, right? So we got. So we have this. Oops, here. So let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, so it's not bad. So we're going to add a little bit of, okay, let's add more there. Okay, and then let's try and take that down more with the color variation. Right across here. Oops, I've expanded that. Don't know why that happens, but some kind of a fix that we could do. Okay, so let's see what. Oops, picked the wrong colors. Okay, let's take a look at that. It's an improvement. That's an improvement. So add a little bit of this spotty buttercups that I see here on the hill. So let's try that. Let's get it down here. See what it looks like. Yes, we start off with small and make it bigger. So they're like, oh, this one, the greenish yellow. Right, so let's go for that. Maybe increase the density, hardness, go down in size and slowly, sort of increase. Don't worry about it, just adds. Yeah, so okay, it's like adds a little bit of texture to this sort of boring hill in a way. So what I'm going to do is keep increasing the size, and you'll notice that that sort of gives the illusion depth maybe, which is the intention here. Increment size. Just dab dab. Follow the outline of the hill. Right, and then I'm going to do something interesting, which is increase the hardness and then increase it just a tad, so it looks like that it's closer because they have a higher tonal value. So again, be careful trying to just do the dab dab, but it seems to like drawing lines. Okay, and now let's really bring it up a little bit, increase the size and see what happens here. Okay, and notice I'm just going over the same layer. It's not like layers, you know, it's like they're intermingled. And then I'm going to really bring that out. You can see that. So let's bring that out, density. Okay, that. Okay, can you see it? And then use the notion of use some different colors to that effect here, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go there, let's brighten it up a bit. Let's go more yellow. Let's really brighten it up, yeah, as you can see. Right, really sort of taking advantage of that elusive, you know, but really high tonal colors that appear at the front. So yeah, you can see already adding a little bit of dimension to it. So let's save this before just keep worrying that it might, you know, have a crash. Something can happen. So let's go for a bit darker here. We still got the density high, so yeah, so add, and then add, you know, take away some of the broader strokes of that yellow and add this, why not? And then maybe add another darker colour. Let's see what that happens. So a little bit on the dark side now. Yeah. So here, really keep it to the foreground here as much as you can, and you can see the illusion of depth, hopefully, which, yeah, I mean, I think maybe even go darker here and just a little bit dab dab, dab dab, dab dab, dab, there. Which is alright, and then I think we'll finish off with some of these trees. So I'll go back to this spoon, I mean this brush, and call it spoon. I think that's my daughter, right? She seems to like some spoons with some nice designs, and she'll eat because of that. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Let's add a little bit of foliage. Yeah, the same color that we have here. Yeah, let's add that. You know, don't be shy about adding different colors. It's the beauty of nature, is all different colors. brush. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Let's pick a different color now. In that, I still like this color actually. It's sort of a natural color, wood burnt type of color. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, adding so yeah, so let's really go and play around with this thing that it's like it's a building, you know, stretching to the back illusion.